Hey everybody, welcome to episode 9 of the VHS Bandits. This week, we watched The Stupids. Let's pop in the tape.
The weapons you are about to see are American-made.
The world is in grave danger.
International law has long kept you from acquiring them. I hope to help you overcome that.
And there's only one family who can save it.
I've uncovered the crime of the century.
They call them fearless. They call them dangerous.
Aha!
They call them the Stupids. New Line Cinema invites you to meet the only family that does all its own stunts.
Impossible.
Whatever.
Tom Arnold is stupid.
My family and I do not wish to fight you. Get him!
Are they giving up?
No. Stanley's stupid.
What you been doing?
This and that. Had breakfast, read the paper, saved the world.
The Stupids.
Now that's a well-made shoe.
And now, our feature presentation.
Hey everybody, welcome again to the VHS Bandits, episode number 9. As always, I am the Kevbot, and with me is...
Topher Hansen.
And...
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, that's...
Hold on. Wait for it.
Who else? Dane
Who else
Train.
could it be?
Dane Train. All right, guys.
Whew.
Oh, man.
This is only
boy.
a 10
Yeah,
by 10
that's
version.
great.
I need
Yeah.
to use the VHS box cover to waft that away.
Oh, my goodness,
Woo,
guys.
doggy.
This week, man, we watched a movie.
Yeah, we
I've
did.
been waiting to watch this movie for years.
So, guys, what happens when one man discovers a global conspiracy for world domination that puts the lives of his family on the line? That includes time travel, corrupt cops, multiple crime organizations, extraterrestrials, musical numbers, and Tom Arnold?
You get
The
Stupids.
Stupids.
Oh my god. I remember when this movie, so basically, let's just say right off the bat that this movie's based off of a children's book.
Yeah, I remember the children's book. Like, I couldn't recall, I can't recall exactly everything that happened in the children's book, but I do remember reading them in the school library as a kid at Patton
Right,
School.
yeah. I remember, that's all I remember is really reading them in the library and thinking they were hilarious. I think there's one, didn't they have a baby in the books?
I think
I
so.
think they did, and they
I don't
must have
remember.
like just not mentioned the baby, or the baby was just like sleeping the entire movie and died while they were out doing their shenanigans.
I just remember the artwork. I don't really remember reading them at all.
Yeah, I mean it was
think
up
it's
there with
passed
like
through.
the Stinky Cheese Man as far as good.
If
yeah.
anybody out there remembers the Stinky Cheese Man, that was the coolest book ever.
That was a good one. Absolutely.
But yeah, so it was just a bunch of children's books where it's a family, dad, mom, brother, sister, and a baby, cat, and dog just are stupid. I remember there was one where like
the
the
name.
kid like pulled, like it was the Tooth Fairy or something, and the kid like the baby like lost his teeth and they all pulled out their teeth or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
it was
really
weird
remember,
stuff like
but
that.
I knew it was
and
funny.
They would do things we saw at the very beginning of the movie, like, oh, they sleep in the bed like backwards or
Yeah.
upside down or whatever you want to say.
Because that's a
They're
stupid
just
thing to do.
They're just a silly family. Oh goodness.
I mean, what else do you expect from Tom Arnold? So anyway, even like when this movie came out, it was what year is that?
96.
96. So we were still in like
1996.
elementary school, and like the books were like really cool then, or whatever.
You'd go to book fair and you'd want some stupid books.
You'd
You
circle
go to the
the
bookmobile,
Oh yeah.
You would circle the stupids in the Scholastic book
the catalog.
catalog.
Oh yeah.
So the movie came out. while we were in elementary school, and I remember like watching the trailer and being like, "Oh, this is gonna suck. I don't want to see it." And I haven't seen it since it came out because I thought it was going to be so shitty because I like the books, and now we found it in like Savers or something. I was like, okay, we gotta watch The Stupids, and we've been sitting on this one for a while, and I'm so happy that we watched this.
Yeah, it was.
This movie is fucking great.
It's
We all had such low expectations. We thought that this was going to be kind of like Deathstalker 3. We all thought this was going to be painfully hard to watch.
no, Deathstalker we thought was going to be awesome.
Oh, okay. I'm
And
sorry.
it
It was
was
the opposite.
terrible.
Of
yeah,
Deathstalker.
it was the very exact
exact
opposite.
opposite.
Yeah. Obviously the cover art of Deathstalker was the only good thing about it.
And this
Yep.
is just a big floating Tom Arnold.
Yeah, which is not the most appealing thing, but there's worse covers out there.
That's debatable.
We got on the cover, it says Tom Arnold is stupid, and there's a big head of him. He's not even really smiling. He's just kind of looking nonchalant.
He's just looking forward.
And it says in a little speech bubble, "We put the dumb back in stupid." And then it says in parentheses, "Stanley stupid." And then with an underline that is above the text, it says "The Stupids." And on the back, they're all doing stupid stuff with a little picture of Jenny McCarthy that just says featuring cameo by Jenny McCarthy.
Yeah, there's a lot of cameos in this.
Yeah, there sure was.
It's mindless entertainment, it says on the
Yep.
back. Meet the Stupids, Stanley, Tom Arnold, and Joan, Jessica Lundy, and their kids, Buster and Petunia. They're a nice, typical suburban American family, except for one thing. None of them has the sense God gave a lemon.
What?
Oh, I don't know what that means.
Lloyd?
Lloyd.
A lemon has more sense than the Stupids? I don't know.
I don't know. Now
Like smelling sense?
Did
I don't know if that's supposed to be a pun or not.
None of them
All right,
has the
whatever.
sense
They're
God
stupid.
gave a
I think.
lemon.
Well, see,
That's
this
the
is
bottom
this is
line.
another reason why like this we had such low expectations for this movie. Like there is nothing like that looks appealing at all about like the marketing of this movie. The cover is shit. Obviously the back of it makes no sense and it's shit.
Yeah.
And the like dumb joke on the front is not funny. Continue.
Now the world's wackiest family is embarking on their stupidest adventure ever. When Stanley Stupid discovers that someone has swiped the stupid family garbage right off their curb, he decides to take matters into his own bubbling hands and catch the evil litter looter himself.
Jesus.
Man,
Sorry.
you are
Wait,
You okay?
full of gas
You want to
tonight.
take a break?
wait till you guys hear what we ate.
Yeah, well, let's finish reading this, then we'll go into
Oh
that.
boy. Hot on the case of the missing trash, it leads the family on a hilarious romp through the neighborhood. Trash! Or their name isn't stupid.
Oh, but their name is stupid.
It is. They don't. They won't let you forget.
Directed by John Landis.
I know. Like that was ridiculous. Just finding out that this was directed by John Landis.
He really must have needed the money, which is weird because he's John Landis.
Well, he did a fucking knock-up job. I'll tell you that.
Oh, he did. Yeah.
This is his best movie yet.
We all
American Werewolf in London. Forget
about it.
The Stupids.
Yeah.
That's the only good movie he's made in my eyes now after seeing this.
Yep.
Nothing
the
else
Blues
compares.
Brothers, pure crap.
Yeah.
Animal House, I didn't like Animal House anyway, so whatever. I
feel
think
like- What?
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, our audience must be so surprised that we like this movie.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, people, we are not lying to you. The Stupids is fucking great.
Yeah, we were laughing out loud the whole time.
It's really good.
It was great.
It's not. I mean, okay. Obviously, we're going into our like, how would you
The
rate the movie
breakdown.
kind of stuff. But I mean, it's not Silence of the Hams funny, but it's up there. I'll
It's
tell you
its own
that.
category,
It's the same-
I feel.
It's the same kind of humor almost, where it's just kind of dumb stuff.
Right.
It's like play on words.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, basically every joke is just them being stupid.
yeah.
Which it's a lot of like misunderstandings and misinterpreting things, which is basically what the plot is. So it's like So let you guys know the basic plot of the movie, because that box is very confusing. The stupids are going after an evil mailman in their minds. Okay, maybe I can't even explain
someone
it
who
either.
is stealing the mail named Sender, because Tom Arnold's character worked as a mailman. He worked at the post office, and everything. There were a lot of people's letters getting returned to this guy Sender, and he knew there was something going on. And the day after he confronted his boss about it, he was fired.
Right. So
Yeah.
basically, it's that conspiracy that the stupid family all thinks in their minds. So they're trying to solve that like conspiracy about the mail, but they actually end up like solving a huge like arms deal with like a crooked military lieutenant, and like so it's a lot of misinterpreted things that end up
and it's
actually
just
doing something.
Yeah, it's just out of this world. It's crazy.
It is.
It is.
And it has aliens in it.
It does have aliens in it.
Because why not?
Yeah. So before we get more into the movie, since Dane Train here is so noisy, flatulent, let's just talk about real quick what we had for some food.
Oh yes.
You should save the next one for the next podcast,
What's
because
the
you guys
next one?
reviewed too.
Ooh, that's right.
You know what I mean?
We did food review, lousy food review.
Lousy food review.
So you can
So-
watch the full content on
Yeah.
YouTube or something.
Yeah, so we went and we got Burger King, which we know we always talk about and then mess up our orders.
It's our staple.
But
It's their staple to fuck up.
yeah, it is. It's to be expected. It's just kind of how this relationship works. And Dane and I tried out the grilled dogs.
I
Which-
did not.
The new hot dog selection.
I was not the stupids and did not.
Topher was very sensible and not getting one.
Nope.
But hey, we got a lousy food review out of it.
Oh yeah. You got
And,
the regular one. I got the chili cheese.
Yep. And
You guys heard my chili
And
cheese.
now we're all paying the price,
Yeah.
including me.
Yep. So I guess don't get the chili cheese dog and then be in confined areas with other people.
That's
just
good
don't
Unless
get,
you don't like them.
don't get hot dogs from Burger King.
Yeah.
I'll just say that
Yeah.
right now. Just don't do it.
Fast food hot dogs, not that great. Who knew?
Yeah.
And they were split in the middle, which always creeps me out.
Weird, yeah.
You
Scary.
want a good
It's
dog?
almost threatening.
Go to Dairy Queen on West Boylston Street in Worcester.
Only that one.
Oh, yeah.
Or I mean,
That's,
okay,
that's in West Boylston. Actually.
any other one's good too. But if you're
Yeah.
in the Worcester
across the
area,
line.
go to that one. Okay.
It's well worth the trip.
Yeah.
Well worth the trip.
That's
depending
that's a good
on
one.
your radius from West Boylston to wherever you live.
Yeah.
and
yeah.
how
Well,
much you
I
like
guess
hot
if you're
dogs.
closer to like Coney Island, maybe go there.
Yeah,
like
go to
Yeah,
Coney
all
Island.
right.
Coney's.
Coney Island's good.
Or if you're in Shrewsbury, we got that great.
oh
hot
yeah,
dog
yeah, you got
stand.
the hot dog guy in
Or if
Shrewsbury.
you're in Grafton. There's a lot of hot dog places in
Is there a
Massachusetts.
hot dog guy in Grafton?
Yeah, we fucking talked about it. The
We
like
did?
onion strings guy by the park.
Oh,
yeah,
our
yeah.
radishes
Sure,
Oh,
whatever.
on
Okay.
140. Yeah,
Yeah.
that place is the awesomest.
So the VHS
So
Bandits
anyway,
are brought to you by hot dog places.
Yeah.
Hot dog
in
places.
Central
We
Massachusetts.
do enjoy our hot dogs.
Anyway.
So the movie,
So yeah,
I knew this was going to be a great movie. So I
No, you didn't.
no. Listen, so I did not know. I thought it was going to be a shitty fucking movie, which is why I wanted to see it. So like the first shot is them like sleeping backwards, so their heads
think-
are at the foot of the bed. And,
I think we got to start from the very beginning.
oh, did I miss something?
The trailers.
Oh, all right,
yeah.
all right.
Yep.
All New Line Cinema.
All New Line Cinema. We had some movie with Cher, which we didn't really care about. But then you go into Big Bully, starring
Tom Arnold. There's
Tom Arnold,
a lot of Tom
and
Arnold.
Rick Moranis. And then we have Carpool with Tom,
Tom
Arnold.
Arnold.
And then we had MTV's Joe's Apartment.
Not good.
Nah, not Tom Arnold.
No
Not
Tom,
Tom
Arnold.
Arnold.
That's why.
And then Trial
missing
and
formula.
Error with I can't think of the guy's
Michael
name.
Richards.
Michael Richards
Yeah.
and what's his name from Dumb and Dumber?
Lloyd.
Lloyd.
From Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
Not Lloyd.
No, I
Lloyd.
mean-
Or,
Harry.
Harry. Yeah.
Harry.
Anyway, that looked pretty funny. They're pretty good trailers.
I saw that one. What was that one called?
Trial and Error.
Trial and Error. It was actually pretty funny.
Where
I saw it a
the
long
guy
time
who plays
ago.
Kramer plays Kramer in
Yeah, he's basically Kramer.
impersonating a lawyer.
Yeah, it's like Liar Liar, but someone else's version of it.
Yeah. I mean, just saying, to me, seemed like a good start.
Oh yeah.
So the trailers led you to believe that this was going to be a good
It was
movie.
like, you know, it was like, yeah.
Some
At first, I
random
was
Cher
like,
movie,
this
and-
is going to be the highlight of the tape, and then it's like, nope, we get in the movie.
Oh, you thought that was going to be the best part of it, and then you
Yeah.
could like snooze for the rest.
It was a good introduction into it. I mean, you get two Tom Arnold trailers.
I mean, who could ask for more?
I know.
Other than 3 Tom Arnold trailers.
Yeah, if there was what's that one with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Tom Arnold?
True Lies?
True Lies. Yeah, if that was on there, it would have been the perfect trio.
It'd be the trifecta of Tom Arnold trailers. Oh God.
Sorry.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Farts are always funny, man. So, yeah, we get right into it. Right into the stupid.
Yeah.
Right into the stupid farts here.
So the first shot of the movie or whatever is them lying backwards in bed, and I was like, oh no, this joke is terrible. This movie's gonna suck. And then
Out the door, man. Out the door.
and then jeez. Dane's still laughing.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Oh, man. What have we done?
Don't get hot dogs at Burger King.
Do not. Do
This is
not.
what happens. He's farting out laughing gas.
Oh, God.
So the next shot of the movie is Tom Arnold leaving the house, and this is so he gets out of his house and he's like got his daily checklist of things to do, and this is what sold me immediately into this movie, or what I expected it to be. He takes out his checklist of things to do, and the first one is check something off list, and then he checks it, and then the next one is cross something off list, and he's like, well, I don't have time for that, and he crosses it off.
Oh,
and
man.
the third one, I forgot what it was.
It was something ridiculous like,
It said like, say something witty like time to I got time, I don't have time to do this, but whatever.
Yeah.
And then he says it.
Yeah. So like that, it was fucking hilarious. And
Writing is like really
the script
good.
must be great. I want to read it.
Yeah.
I wonder if there are deleted scenes, because there's a DVD of this, which obviously
really?
we will get into
Interesting.
later.
Where can you buy that, Kev?
I think we can cover that later.
Okay.
That comes towards the end of the movie.
Okay.
But yeah, so that sold me, and I was like, "Oh my god, is this movie going to be funny?" And I was just waiting for it to get bad, but it never did.
Yeah.
And it was amazing.
Its movie stayed funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I just got to point out,
yes,
the guy who wrote The Stupids, he was a writer for The Ben Stiller Show,
okay.
Which was terrible.
The Simpsons, King of the Hill, Mr. Show with Bob and David,
Wow, this guy's got some.
Undeclared, The Office, and something called Super Fun Night. I don't know that one.
That sounds cool.
And then like a couple other things here and there. And then The Stupids.
Yeah,
so
this guy's got some
clearly
Cream of the crop.
prowess.
Yeah.
He's got a pretty good resume.
Yeah.
He
Then
sees
what
the
happens?
garbage cans
Oh,
were
yeah.
left out.
Yeah, so it's the morning, and he sees that the garbage cans are in the yard, and then his wife comes out, and he's like, "Did you leave the garbage cans out?" And she was like, "Oh no, I forgot. I did that."
I half expected the two kids to be in the garbage cans, like, ha ha ha, we
Yeah.
sleep in garbage cans.
Right.
But no, Tom Arnold looks at him, he's like, oh no. Oh no. Looks in the other one, oh no. Someone stole our garbage again.
And so basically, he spends this movie like he's looking like for the first half hour, like there's like no exposition at all, which is fine, but it was very strange. It was like a TV show where you're supposed to already like know what's going on. And the movie just like starts immediately, and Tom Arnold it like stakes out the garbage men, so he wants to find who's stealing his trash, and then he the next morning or like overnight, he like watches the garbage men, and then he follows the trash truck throughout the city for a good like half hour.
Yeah, well, like rollerblading behind it.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think this sequence with him goes on for a very long time, him chasing the truck?
That's
and there's
the only
a couple
thing is
gags
that it
here
was
and there.
really long.
Do you think that's what actually made it so funny, that they just kind of like kept going with like, he's still following the truck. He's still following the truck.
I
He's
think
still
they could have
following the
shortened
truck.
that up a bit, actually.
Yeah.
That's my only thing I didn't like, is that scene was like literally half an hour.
Yeah. So he follows the truck
But it's
for a
still
long
funny.
time on rollerblades, and like he falls asleep on the back of the truck, and
Yeah.
he wakes up and he looks like he's sitting on the back of the truck. He's like, oh no, I lost the truck. Oh no, it could be anywhere in the city. And starts driving off behind him. He looks around and he goes, oh, it's always in the last place to look. And then he starts following it again to the dump.
Yeah, so then he gets to the dump, and this is where he uncovers like the arms dealers.
Yeah.
Does he hide in? Is this the bush thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he gets there, and the trash guys are just dumping trash and whatever, and he's like, oh, I gotta hide. So he just like fashions a suit out of just
Branches
and stuff.
It's like a really bad costume.
Yeah.
Of like a bush costume.
Yeah. So he's talking to himself and saying, all right, I gotta hide. I gotta be a bush. I gotta think like a bush. Oh, I'm a bush. Man, there's a lot of soil around. There sure is a lot of sun here. Oh my God, I've got arms. I'm a bush with arms. What? I have legs. I'm a bush with legs and arms. And oh my God, it's just
Trash guys are looking at him like, who's
Yeah.
this guy?
And so my favorite part about that scene is that like he's like when he was saying like, oh, it's very sunny out. There's a lot of soil around here. I'm a bush. I notice these types of things. And so anyway, then like the trash guys leave, and in the dump are a bunch of goons and the military, like crooked military general who is selling them like bazookas and shit. And
like stolen weaponry, all kinds of stuff. A crazy handgun that shoots explosive.
cars.
Yeah, like,
there's a lot of exploding cars in this movie,
Yeah.
which is also surprising,
but kind of cool.
but great. Yeah, so he's just showing off these guns, and
He infiltrates Tom Arnold, Mr. Stupid, infiltrates this meeting, not knowing what it is, and they play up this whole like there's tons of different gangs here, and the military general or whoever meets the heads of them, and they're all speaking different languages and whatever, and there's like 10 different guys, and then Tom Arnold comes up and he's like, who are you? And he goes, Mr. Blah, 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 stupid.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
And yeah, so then like everyone's just being quiet and like looking at the demonstration of the weapons and everything. And Mr. Stupid is just like talking to this like 8-foot tall gigantic man, and he's like, I think we might be in trouble here. There's some conspiracy going on where people are stealing trash, and they're right in our midst. I can feel it, like stuff like that. And then the military guys like notice. I forget what happens, but the military guys
they,
like
notice he's
they
there,
notice he's like a little
know
out of
who he
place,
is.
and he's like fighting an inner tube like that. Like in the distance, he's like just playing with an inner tube for whatever reason, and the military guys are watching him from a distance. They're like, "Oh my God, we've been infiltrated. We need to stop this guy." And
Look at him, he's so brilliant. Blah blah blah.
right, yeah, they think he's like the CIA or something like that. So then their mission is to kill Mr. Stupid for the rest of the movie.
So that's just what's going on with Mr. Stupid.
Yeah, and so he still has not spoken to his children once at this point.
No. So I don't remember what the wife goes off to do.
So the kids first. The kids go.
They come home.
The kids
and
are
they're like-
kids are there and they can't find their parents.
They're like, "Where's Dad? Oh God, he must have been kidnapped. Let's leave a note for Mom."
Right, no, yeah. So they thought he was. I forget. They
I
forgot.
thought he was kidnapped.
Yeah, I remember that.
Right, but so the kid, the daughter's like dictating a note to the brother, and he writes down like every third word or something.
Yeah,
so
he
his
kind of
note,
does that thing where it's like, police, yeah.
right,
Kidnapped, yeah,
your children.
Your children.
Yeah, so the note
Yeah.
ends up saying police kidnapped your children, and the kids go out to find their dad because they think he's kidnapped.
No,
and
they're,
then
they're going to the police station.
oh, they're going to the police to report their dad missing.
Yes.
Yeah, and then the mom finds the note, and it says, police kidnapped your children, and then the cops call the mom and say, because the kids went to the police station, so the cops called the house and were like, "Hi, this is the police. We have your children." And then she hangs up and she's like, "Oh my God, the police have my children." And then she goes out on her mission to find the children.
And it's that classic thing of she's going one way to the police, and the police are bringing the kids back, and
Right.
all this stuff. So the kids get home, and they're like, "Oh no, the mom's not home either."
And then they end up at a newspaper place somehow. I forget. There's so much going on. I forget how, but the mom and the kids.
Before they get to the newspaper place. Sorry, this might seem a little confusing.
It's very confusing.
They kind of jump around a bit, but oh man, it just works so well. The kids go to a Chinese food restaurant.
Oh yeah,
because a delivery guy left a menu on their doorknob, and that's why the kids think like we have to go there. They know where our parents are.
Oh yeah, they think it's like a clue, and
Yeah. Why would this guy not ring the doorbell but leave us this note?
right.
So they go to the Chinese food restaurant, and they like don't know anything, and they look for clues that obviously aren't there, and it's like, oh, like there's a clue in this fortune cookie, and we have to go to this newspaper place. And that's where the mom sees him go in.
Right. Yeah.
There's like a crossing guard out front. And she's like,
so,
man.
Yeah. So they can't. So the entire like length of the movie, they can't trust the police because they think the police kidnapped the children. So they can't turn to the police. So she sees like, the crossing guard and like cops outside of this newspaper place. So then she has to sneak in. So she like gets out of her car. She causes an accident in the middle of the street. And then she gets out of the car and she's like, "Oh my God, I need to disguise myself to get into this place where my kids are at." And so she looks across the street and there's a wig store. And then she comes out of the wig store. Instead of, shit, my microphone's not working. Here we go. Instead of like just wearing a wig, she's wearing a like 1,000 wigs.
All the wigs.
Like just covering her body. She looked like a cave woman.
She looked like Beastman from He-Man. Just like all fuzz, but then she has like a bright pink wig on her head.
Yeah. And then she ends up finding the kids, and then they think that their mom is an ape woman. And then they're like, "Oh my God, it's an ape woman." And then the sister says, "Oh my God, it's an ape woman." And then the mom says, "No, it's your mom." And then the brother says, "Your mom is an ape woman?"
Stupid jokes like that are all over this movie.
Yeah. It's great. Then, oh man.
Then that's the newspaper building.
Yeah, they make like they're talking about some. They go to the computer. They're trying to find information on their dad on the information superhighway, which is not a term used anymore.
No, sadly.
Yeah, and the newspaper was trying to run some headline about like a TV show about space or something that got picked up or whatever.
Yeah,
so.
Mick Garris comes in and says some stuff.
Yeah. And, oh, man, my microphone's falling. Man, we're having some technical difficulties here tonight.
All over the place.
It's farting all over the place.
Yeah, it's because you farted.
Yeah,
you melted the mic
that is
stands out
normal.
of whack.
Oh,
Yeah. Everything's
Everything's
melting.
malfunctioning.
Oh,
because
man,
of your
my ice
fats.
cream is soup now. It's weird.
Ugh.
And anyway, they make some joke about like the kids are messing with the computer, and like they upload a picture of Tom Arnold, and the headline on the paper somehow reads
upload,
like,
you mean they put a picture of their dad like from their wallet in the floppy drive, and the computer like starts to blow up,
and it blows up all the computers somehow. It's really
because
really
of the
weird.
information superhighway guys and Dane's farts.
Exactly. So we get to the alien part because they mess up the newspaper headline that says like alien pilot picks nose of stupid or something like that, and there's Tom Arnold's picture. So some alien pilots,
cut to outer space,
flying a rocket ship.
And they are
get the
scary
paper.
looking.
Yeah, they are fucked up looking.
They are the things of nightmares,
and they are picking their noses. And they see this newspaper, and then they go, well, that's it. We got to kill Tom Arnold. Like, what the hell? Where does that come from?
Hey, they got outed by Tom Arnold.
That is true.
In space because aliens read the LA Times or whatever.
Yeah, those aliens got that newspaper really
so
quickly.
Fast.
Which is surprising considering all the computers just went down because a picture went into a floppy disk drive.
But then they printed it anyway.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm not going to cut hairs.
Information superhighway, man.
Yeah, the information superhighway. That's all you need to know. And then so the dad, they get in touch with the dad. They call him on because the mean guys like gave him a car for some reason.
Yeah, the military guys, like the only thing he was Tom Arnold was looking for was like a ride back to town because he was on the outskirts of the dump. And the general guy is like, here, have my car. And he's like, oh, man, I just wanted a ride. You gave me your car. So
because they wanted to kill him in the car, like away from the dump or whatever.
Yeah. So Tom Arnold's riding back, and there's some, guy who's shooting at him, and Tom Arnold's completely oblivious to this.
And that's another thing. They don't know how to use cars.
Yeah.
Like they never remember how to start the car.
Yeah. Well, they're stupid.
Yeah.
Waka waka. And, the army guy shoots the gas tanks. There's gas leaking. And Tom Arnold all of a sudden has a car phone and talks to his wife.
Yeah.
And
so they're going to, meet up.
Yeah, something like that. And one thing leads to another. And the guy who's shooting at Tom Arnold, his Jeep catches on fire.
Well, because Tom Arnold... So there's the leaky gas tank, which is just spewing gas on the road because he got shot. And then, so Tom Arnold's on the phone and he's like, his wife, because of all the gunfire, his wife's like, oh, it sounds like you're breaking up. And he's like, let me turn down the radio. And then, so he uses the cigarette lighter thinking it's the radio knob. And then he pulls it out and throws it out the window. And that's what blows up the Jeep. So that's explosion number 2.
Flew off a cliff and in midair blows up. Not even on fire, goes down, hits the ground. It blew up midair.
And there's the ADR of the guy
impressive.
going whoa, this is not good. Whoa, what a hot situation.
Oh, no. They try to kill Tom Arnold in a few different ways.
And a motorcycle comes up and tries to put a bomb on the car.
Yep.
Immediately
But then a bee distracts him, and Tom Arnold thinks...
Oh, because when the computers blew up, it was drive B.
Yeah.
Something. It said error drive B, and they thought that was another clue. So they told Tom Arnold that. So then he's in the car, and he's like, I'm driving, and this is a B. Drive B, oh my God. So he gets out of the car, and then the car explodes.
The car explodes, and the general guy's like, well, that took care of that. And Tom Arnold...
Oh, because he hits the... So
Tom Arnold...
This is... Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but
it's okay.
This is a really funny joke. So the guy on the motorcycle puts a bomb on the car. Tom Arnold gets out of the car because of the bee, and the bee lands on the bumper. So Tom Arnold takes his shoe off, and the bomb's counting down. So Tom Arnold takes his shoe off and smacks the bumper to get the bee, and then the car explodes. And then from a distance, the general's like, no one could have survived that explosion. So they think that he's gone. And then cut to this burning wreckage of the car, and Tom Arnold's completely fine, and he's like, that's a really well made shoe.
Oh man.
And then he meets his wife or something.
Yeah, then he gets back home and he starts talking about the conspiracy
Oh my god,
of
the best part of the
returning
movie.
things to sender.
Hands down, my favorite part of the
Oh,
movie.
man. It goes into the whole flashback of Tom Arnold is a postal worker, and obviously he's really stupid at his job. He sees, someone's address on the curb and says, "Oh, this is where I put the mail," and it goes right down the
sewer.
The sewer. He sees, "Oh, well, this
wood
is
chipper,
the wood
stuff like
chipper."
that.
Hands very very racist scene where there's these
Oh,
little
God,
Asian
yeah.
girls, and he gives them some a piece of letter that's written in
Chinese
or Japanese or whatever. Just goes on his merry
He's
way.
like, this must be yours, Asian people.
Yeah, exactly. So he's working in the mailroom as a sorter, and he comes across all the things that say return to sender, and he's getting really suspicious, and he goes to his boss, and he goes, "This sender guy is getting other people's mail," and, it's just misunderstanding, and he's really stupid, thus the name.
The stupid.
The stupids. And then the mom is like, and the next day he gets fired. And he never figured out that conspiracy where sender is getting all these people's letters, and it cuts to the whole crazy conspiracy. This is the best part because
any movie ever.
Christopher Lee is this so-called sender guy who's the devil.
He's got these long fingernails and
He's got a lair.
Yeah, so Mr. Stupid's explaining the conspiracy and cut to hell.
Yeah, there's a tube that's pumping mail in, and Christopher Lee as sender has this giant throne with this
skeletons everywhere.
Yeah, fireplace where he just reads people's mail and goes, "Ha, you'll never get that," and throws it in the fire like Tina. If you still love me, tie, a ribbon around the oak tree. Sorry, Brian, and throws it in the mail. And then a big stack and is like, "Oh, sorry, Lisa, no one's coming to your wedding," and throws it in the fire. And then this police officer comes in and he's like, "Oh, it's, Tom Arnold, and he's catching on." And Christopher Lee is like, "We need to kill him for figuring out the conspiracy or whatever."
He's like, "Oh, we have to start stealing people's garbage so I can dominate the world."
Oh, yeah,
Right,
yeah. That's how the whole
Because
thing
if
starts.
no one has garbage, then all of the garbage pans will be useless.
And people are going to be confused, and chaos will reign.
And then he can take over the world.
Then he can take over the world. And someone watching this from a window, just a random window, was the waiter from the Chinese restaurant that the kids went to. And they tie a whole bunch of stuff together, and he's telling one person who's like, "Oh, I used to work as something," and then it gets to the newspaper office or whatever. It's so
Now I'm
far-fetched.
confused.
You don't. Oh man, it is a whole thing. We'll have to watch it again.
Yeah, we'll rewatch
You
it right
have
now.
to watch the movie.
Yeah, it's just watch this movie.
Can't-
It'll
I
change your
can't
life.
Do this justice. Christopher Lee,
Oh, the pose.
he has a pose when he's bringing the bee out that's going to attack Tom Arnold, which is the one that flies into the car, and so menacing. It's, oh man.
I wish you could see what
Yeah,
we're
I know.
doing.
It's a pose of the arms and a flick of the wrists, and it's just
It's the best
it's
movement
great.
any human could ever do.
Yeah, you think Christopher Lee is great as anything
Anything?
he's done when he was in Star Wars or Lord of the Rings or
He
the
needs
old
an
horror
Oscar for
movies.
this.
Nope, The Stupids.
Yep.
Awesome.
Best Christopher Lee movie ever.
Yep.
Right? Yeah.
Yep.
Best Tom Arnold
Best
movie.
Tom Arnold.
Best Christopher Lee movie.
Yep.
Best John Landis movie.
Best
Best
John
John
Landis
Landis movie. Yep. And oh man, I don't.
So then it cuts
Let's
to
see,
like
what
they're
happens?
back in their living room, and there's
He's
he's
got
Mr.
this big
Stupid.
chart.
Yeah,
of
he's
the
got like a big
conspiracies.
giant Venn diagram and how everything matches together as in the conspiracy. And then they go to the TV station, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
I don't
they
know
do.
why. Why did they go to the TV station?
Oh, because Sender was going to be there.
Oh, because they found out some guy. They were like, oh yeah, we need to find this guy.
No. They go to the museum first because the daughter finds a sender in the phone book, which she just happened to have.
Right. They're like, it's going to be impossible to find this man. And then the daughter's like, oh, there's a guy named Sender here.
There's a guy named Sender. And it's really weird because, like, the parents are stupid.
Yeah.
The kids are slightly less stupid.
Right.
Which is pretty good.
It helps out.
It helps out a couple times. Yeah. So they go to a museum where they break off
because that's where Sender works.
Right,
because they called his wife, and that's what they said.
Yeah. They go to the museum. They break off in twos. Tom Arnold and the daughter think they die because they go into the planetarium and all the lights go off. And they're like, "Oh God, I can't see anything. We're dead."
Well,
oh my God!
There's a couple of jokes like where he says like, "Okay, be careful because someone could attack us and we'll die at any moment." And then the lights go off and then they die. And there's another joke like that too. I forget what it was, but
that's okay.
It was pretty funny.
I don't remember that. But
like
they're in the planetarium and they find a switch, and all the stars go on, and they're like, "Oh my God, this must be it. This must be heaven." And the janitor, Lloyd, comes in and they start talking to him and being like,
they're like, "It's so good to meet you finally,
so
my
good
lord."
to meet you.
And he's like, "It's pronounced Lloyd."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, we've been saying it wrong this entire time.
You just do so much great stuff." And he goes, "Man, it goes underappreciated and blah, blah, blah. And like, I'm so glad you're such a big fan of my work." Like, well, yeah, why not? And
yeah, he says all this like godly stuff. Again, misunderstanding each other.
Yeah, like there's one thing I forget what Tom Arnold says, but Lloyd is like, some people like don't even believe that I exist.
Right.
Something weird like
he's
that.
He's like, we really appreciate the work you do.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, a lot of people think I don't even exist.
And he gives him a piece of advice.
Yes.
That they'll never forget.
It pays off.
It sure does. And that's all. Like,
because, so he says, like, Lloyd's trying to get them out of the planetarium.
Right.
So he's like, you guys have to go now.
Yeah, you're
like,
not
our
supposed to.
mission is important.
You're not supposed to be here.
Right. So they think that they're getting a second chance at life. And he's like, go through the exit and your car will be there.
Yeah.
And so they think that they're getting a second chance at life. And they're like, do you have any wise words for us before we leave? And then he's like, yeah, don't he's like, throw away your gum in the trash because I spend a lot of time picking up gum off the floor.
Yeah.
And they're like, we will never forget that.
That part comes back later on. Meanwhile, the mom and the son are looking around and they happen to stumble upon a mysterious room with a weird looking clock on top of it.
And buttons.
And they also find Sender's office, and they find his
like daily planner.
Yeah, his daily planner or whatever. But then they go into this weird machine, which is an elevator. And
they think it's a time machine.
They think it's a time machine, and it takes them to the PC.
Yeah, he types in, the kid like presses 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or whatever. And then like basement and C, I don't know what C means, but like, so they think they're going back to like 1456 BC or something. And then it opens up and they're in like the dinosaur exhibit.
Yeah.
So they think they traveled back in time. And like, it's all dinosaur bones. And the mom's like, be careful. We don't want to wake any of these dinosaurs. They look like they're starving.
Oh, man. So they all meet back outside, and they're like, oh, what'd you find? And Tom Arnold's like, well, we died, and we met God, and he said we weren't meant to die yet or whatever. And what'd you guys find? Well, we went back in time, and Buster is the kid's name. It's like, Buster had a total power trip because he wrote his name on the wall, like with the cavemen.
Yeah.
Some weird thing with that, which I don't totally remember. And
it doesn't pay off later.
Yeah.
I feel like it probably did, and they cut it out.
Just kind of a funny thing at the time. Yeah. And they're like, oh, but we have to get to the TV station because this clue is still hot.
Yeah.
Like they read in
So-
his
so, yeah,
diary
in
he's
his
going to be at
diary.
a train, the train station.
The
TV
Channel
station is what I
3
mean.
at 1 o'clock. So all of this has happened, and it's only 1 in the afternoon.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, Tom Arnold got a very early start.
That's true.
It was
he
still
did.
dark out when he was scouting for the.
But then it was like
the trash
immediately
guys.
like 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Like there was no like dawn or anything.
Right.
So then they go to the TV station.
All kinds of
and they split
hijinks
up again.
ensue. Yeah.
In another one of the best parts in the movie.
Oh man! Wait,
The musical Tom Arnold number.
this whole song about he's his own grandfather.
Yeah, he gets on
Catchy as hell.
Yes, he goes on like they're in the makeup room and there's a bunch of like extras being made up as like Spartans or something like that.
Roman dudes.
And then for whatever reason he ends up on a talk show. And so there's like 4 guests on this talk show and like the host is like Ricky Lake or something like that. Do you have the lyrics?
I just went on. Oh well, you can find it. I just went on YouTube just to see, and you can find this because there's a few different posts of this. You can see the full scene with Tom Arnold singing "I'm My Own Grandpa." Oh
yeah,
man!
So like,
please do. I mean, obviously, just go watch this whole movie. But a musical number. Like, what else did this movie need?
I hate to say it, but that was probably my least favorite part of the
what?
movie.
I thought that
Really?
was
'Cause
hilarious.
I found the song to be
Catchy as fuck.
very,
Really dumb.
like nails on a chalkboard to me.
what?
That's
Oh my
that's
God.
fair. I never knew I wanted to hear Tom Arnold sing. Like
Me
that's not
neither.
a thing.
That's not even singing.
Yeah.
No, it was beautiful.
Well, it wasn't rapping, so
It was
It's
like
no
the
right
angels.
connection.
It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah.
the right connections.
You have your standards are way too high.
Yeah.
No,
You need the MC Hammer.
If you little bandits out there, remember I gave the right connections. A 10 out of 10.
that
so
is
wait
correct.
till you hear what I give this movie.
Ooh, I can't wait.
Stick around.
Can't
and
you
wait.
haven't
find
said
out.
anything.
Yeah,
He's just too busy farting over there.
I know. Actually, I'm still brewing. So.
Gross.
He's fermenting. Ugh.
So, like, the people on the talk show are, like, giving confessions, and one guy's... I forget what they are, but they're, like...
It's like weird confessions, and one guy's like, "Oh,
Wasn't it? It was
I'm
like,
married
it was like a
to
Jerry Springer kind of.
Oh,
approach.
no,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So one guy was like...
I married a Siamese twin, and I cheated on my wife with the other twin or something weird
Yeah,
like that.
stuff
And it's
like
just
that.
kind of weird stuff like that, and each person down the line is just a little stranger or
Yeah,
whatever.
and then Tom Arnold's like... So then it's Tom Arnold's turn, and she goes, like, do you have a confession or whatever? And he's like, I am my own grandpa. And then they're like, do you care to explain? I don't really understand.
And then he just grabs the microphone and starts
just
belting out the
starts
song.
into
Song.
Yeah.
Oh my god! And it's like a 3-minute song, and
YouTube it. Seriously.
Yeah, it's amazing.
YouTube it. It's funny.
and then like cut to the general, and the general and his right hand man are like making plans to sell the weapons to the bad guys. And then they turn on the TV, and it's Tom Arnold going, I'm my own grandpa. And they're like, oh, my God, he's still alive.
They're like, this guy's good. He's a professional or something
Yeah.
like that.
He's
I love
taunting us.
whenever movies do that. It's like the whole. I can't think of any other movie that really does
There's like
that.
the man who knew too little.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
thinking, yeah.
It's just like he's too dumb for his own good, but
Like
he's
Dumb and
like,
Dumber.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
You know, they don't know
Dear
what
Gas
they're doing,
Man.
but people think how did they know I had gas? Yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah, love that
Dane.
kind of stuff. Love that kind of stuff.
The gas man.
Yo, that's me.
Don't give him any peppers.
Yeah, good thing you didn't get the angry Whopper. You'd be on the floor with rat
the
poison right now.
new red angriest Whopper.
And
Yeah, we wouldn't even have a show tonight.
Yeah, no, we'd all be dead.
I just being a crapper all this time.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd
the
have
mic
this,
reaches.
I'd have this XLR cord with the door
It's long
ajar
enough.
with me in there. Hey guys, and like you hear the echo. of the room. Yeah, this movie's funny.
I only saw most of it because I had to keep running to the bathroom.
What happens now?
The mother and the daughter.
Sorry.
At the TV studio, it wasn't that funny. It was this. That's where Jenny McCarthy made her cameo, and she's talking about how like her show got canceled or whatever. And
what was it? It was like Miami Beach Detective.
Yeah.
Miami
and the
Bikini
little
Detective.
The little girl's like, "Oh, this light switch won't work," and it's the light for the
sign.
applause. Yeah. So Jenny McCarthy would say something really sad, and everyone would start applauding. She'd say something really sad again. They'd applaud and hoot and holler and all this stuff. And
yeah. I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was pretty funny, but not as funny as the musical.
Oh,
number.
no. Nothing will top that.
Yeah.
And then, so this is the other joke where Tom Arnold says something and then it happens. So he's with the son he's with the daughter, and they're at another elevator. And since like they broke into the TV studio or something, they're like, okay, be careful because his goons could be anywhere and take us. And then immediately, like, the security grabs him and takes him out. And then they bring him. So, yeah, the evil guy sent his goons there to capture him. So he kidnaps Tom Arnold and takes him to his office, which is not intimidating at all. It's like a librarian's office or something. And
the mom and the kids go after him, and he makes his way out of the office with some crazy hijinks because one of the
goons is chewing gum,
and he spits it on the ground.
And Tom Arnold's tied to a chair with a rope,
and he remembers what Lloyd said and gets
like Popeye strength.
Yeah, and bursts out of the chair and like
jumps out a window.
Yeah, jumps out a window. Grabs onto a flagpole and like goes. Oh man,
it's just like this goofy stuff where he grabs on a flagpole and it like lifts up this other goon who's at the bottom of the flagpole, and he knocks out the guys who are looking out the window, and then his family meets him there. Oh, this is on the army base.
Yeah, on the army base.
Yeah, so he escapes because the family won't be allowed into the army base because they're not army personnel, and then. So Tom Arnold escapes on his own accord, and they're like, the family meanwhile is like, oh, we can't get in. We need to start our own country. Then we can have our own army. Then they'll let us in. And then they like nominate the mom as president and then take votes. And then, so there's only 3 of them in the car, and the son's like reading the votes. He's like, it's dead even, give or take 1 vote. And then Tom Arnold comes running back to the car, and the mom's like, what did they say?
Hey you, go back into the army base and save my husband.
Yeah.
And the little girl's like, and also my dad.
And then Tom Arnold's like, we don't have time for that. We gotta go. And
he gets in the passenger side. He's like, let's go, start the car.
Oh, the car.
No, you have the keys, Mom. And like he tries to like the lock.
He's like,
on
he
the
goes in the
box.
passenger seat. And then he's like, give me the keys. So she takes the keys out of the ignition, gives them to him. Then he puts them in the glove box and tries to start the car.
The car won't start.
The daughter's like, Mom, Dad, switch seats. So they do. They, run outside the car and run around and get back in. So so Tom Arnold's in the driver's side and the mom's in the passenger side. And they're like, all right, try starting the car now. So the mom does the glove compartment thing.
It's still not working.
It still won't work.
And then the kids tell them how to start the car, which is the only like smart thing anybody does.
Kind of speaking of that real quick, back before when they Tom Arnold gets in the car when they want to leave their house, and he goes to start his car and he doesn't have the keys, and he's like turning like where the key would be in the ignition, and he's like, the car won't start. There's still some life in this baby. I can give this thing CPR. So he gets outside and he goes and he like puts his lips on the car battery. He opens the hood. So he gets zapped with electricity. And at that point he like gets smart and has common sense. He's like, what am I doing? I'm endangering my family, this and that. And then the electricity goes away and he gets stupid again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're like, their dog tries to tell them not to do things.
Yeah, this is the one thing I recall from the books. Because they can't reference it.
Yeah.
Like the cat's name is like Doggy, and the dog's name is Kitty or something
Yeah.
like that. And they're smarter than the family or whatever, because the dog's like, no, I have the keys. You need the key. Like,
Right,
the dog
yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
speak or anything, but he's trying to convey that message.
It's
Whatever.
like a claymation, like Wallace and Gromit looking dog.
Yeah. Anyway, fast forward to where we were. They have to get to Warehouse 21 because that's where the deal's going down, and
then there's a sign that says Warehouse 21, like 5
5
miles.
Yeah, 5 miles. They get to the warehouse, and they're like, we got to stop all these people. And Tom Arnold has this speech on like, you guys got to stop what you're doing, and I'm going to stop you. And
Yeah, he's like, so
all
he
the
goes
goons.
to the warehouse, and he's like, there's like 1,000 like goons there, and then he gives a speech saying like, at the top of like a staircase, so this is like a 2-level warehouse. He's at the top with his family. And then he's like, you can turn around a new leaf. And like, that's his plan, is just to talk them out of it. And then they start shooting him.
And they're running around, and there's a bunch of explosions. And then the
Yeah.
cops catch on saying, oh, that sounds like explosions at Warehouse 21.
Yeah.
And the bad guys get caught. The stupids make it home. The cops are back on their side because they're, taking all the henchmen and the goons. They're arresting those guys. But the general gets away. So the general goes to the stupid's house, and he's got his gun, and in comes the
deli guy.
The deli guy,
which we didn't talk about. But he's the guy from Snake Eater 2.
Yeah.
And Meatballs.
And the guy
And
who played
King Koopa.
And King
Oh,
Koopa
yeah.
from the
He was the
cartoon.
voice of King Koopa on the Super Mario Super Show.
Yep.
He showed up and saved the day. And
Because they made a
everything's-
deli order like an hour ago. That
Yeah,
we didn't
they're-
talk about.
They meant to call 911, but
One of the kids was like, no, we need 1011 because this
Yeah.
is a more extreme case. And the mom's like, well, really, we need 7,000, blah, 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 blah. And they just end up calling this deli. And
they called up like Fred's Deli, and the guy's like, all right, I'll have your order in like an hour.
I know exactly what you need. And
Yeah.
You like
we'll take
coleslaw?
care of
All
it.
right.
And when they leave the house to go to the museum, the deli guy shows up and he's like, what are you guys like? I'm going to get you. I'm going to find you. You're not going to like, who leaves when
Yeah,
the
you
delivery
can't avoid
guy?
disorder.
Yeah.
Disrespecting Floyd's delicatessen or something.
Yeah, Floyd.
Yeah.
Because they do the whole joke where it's like, oh, you must be, work for Lloyd. And the guy's like, no, my boss is named Floyd. The little girl's like, it's pronounced Lloyd.
And
So all's good. They're
Day
going to have a
saved.
cookout. And who shows up?
who?
Did you fight too?
No, that was the chair.
Ah.
I swear.
So who shows up but the aliens who are nose pickers?
It took the aliens a very long time to get there. They got the newspaper.
News
in,
travels
like,
fast,
one
but
second.
aliens
out of
travel
space.
a lot
Yeah, but
slower.
they got the newspaper immediately.
News
Space
travels
newspaper,
fast.
I don't know.
Information superhighway.
Yeah.
That's true.
Intergalactic
I
highway.
stand corrected.
And Tom Arnold accidentally sets them on fire before they shoot him, and then they go back to their ship and fly away.
End
that's
of the
the end of
movie.
the-
That's the movie.
That's the stupids.
That's the stupids
Oh my god,
for
we
you.
did not do it justice, but this
No.
movie is fucking
You
great.
guys have to see this movie one way. I don't know how this movie never ended up on Netflix.
Yeah,
right?
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's
Crazy.
weird.
But I mean, there's all sorts of things that
Well,
would
there's
stop
a lot
something
of
from going to
garbage on
Netflix.
there. A lot of hidden gems.
Maybe the Stupids is too expensive for Netflix. They can't afford it. Its
Possibly.
prowess is too high.
It's quite possible.
Yeah.
So tell us some facts about
So
this.
I think we covered a lot of the stuff. It was
Drop some
made
knowledge
in,
on the Stupids.
released in '96. Director was John Landis. We went over the writer. It's an hour and 34 minutes, based off children's book. In 1996, it won.
What?
It won the Golden Raspberry Award for worst actor, and was nominated for two other.
Tom Arnold?
Yeah, Tom Arnold.
No,
And it
he
was
did
also
great.
nominated for worst director, which
God.
John Landis.
No.
Oh man,
way.
I don't think they actually watched this movie.
I don't
Oh,
think
come
so.
on.
Yeah.
Hey, as far as I'm concerned, raspberries is a good thing. You don't want an Oscar. Oscars are garbage. Screw that noise. You don't
Yeah,
want
that's
that. You want a
rigged.
raspberry.
Yeah, raspberry is where it's at.
Yeah.
For as far as this podcast goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really the only information. I mean, there was like a couple trivial things, but it's nothing that interesting.
I have to say the art direction was amazing because they're like the set design and everything. Because their house looked like a legit cartoon.
Yeah,
it was really
like
great.
It'd be pulled from the book. Like and when they were talking about the whole conspiracy, it's a giant fucking
cow
painting like hanging above their fireplace or whatever, and it's not like a realistic cow. It's just like a bright like black and white cow, and their walls are all like bright pastel-y kind of colors, and
it's like you guys remember in like 1997 or something like that, a year after the Stupids, where there was this like contest on Fox where they like rebuilt the Simpsons house.
Oh yeah,
and then they gave it away. It looks like that, except different colors.
Yeah,
Right.
Their house was really big too in this movie.
It's huge. I don't know how he affords it on a fired postman's salary.
Conspiracy.
It is another conspiracy.
Probably a lot of accident suits.
Probably.
That guy was a genius in the courtroom. All right, so let's start with Dane Train.
Oh boy!
Oh no! Actually, let's
save me
not.
for last.
Yeah.
Save me for
Toph,
last.
how would you rate this movie?
Oh, it can't be rated. It's too fucking good for ratings. I say 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 for the Stupids.
10 out of 10. I'm going with a 9.5. Ooh, I know.
I'm knocking it down.
Thoroughly enjoyed this movie. Only problem.
Yes.
It was not Silence of the Hams.
Oh, that's true.
But no,
That's true.
enjoyed every moment of it. It was great. It was great. All right.
Almost as funny as Silence of the Hams.
Almost as funny. Yeah. It's up there. Dane Train,
All right.
we got to hear what you...
All right.
Keep in mind,
what
The
do
Right
you
Connections was 10 out of 10.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give this movie a 10.5.
Whoa!
Now,
That's unheard of on
now.
the VHS Bandits. This is the first 10.5,
right.
I think. I don't remember.
Why didn't I give it a full 11? All right. Why didn't I give it a full 11? Because I didn't really like the
song?
I'm my own grandpa song.
That's the
Okay.
best part.
no.
I'm going to put that at the end of
Christopher Lee
this
Devil
for
is
people
the
to
best
listen
part.
to.
But
That's-
yeah, I give this movie a
that's-
10.5.
wow. That is... Excuse me,
Rating.
pretty astounding.
That deserves a good toot,
highest,
everybody.
highest Bandit rating.
We all agree.
Highest Bandit rating.
Actually,
And to
besides
think-
like the Silence of the Hams is a perfect score. Nothing can beat
Oh
that
yeah,
movie
Silence of
ever.
the Hams. Is,
that
yeah.
was the episode where we had our guest John here.
Yeah.
and we all agreed 10 out of 10.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So
I
I
wouldn't want our raspberry. one.
Yep. Oh yeah. Let me ask you guys this. I guess
Please.
Topher, you don't really count in
Okay,
this.
thank you.
Um,
Appreciate that. I'll
Why?
sit
Because
back.
you didn't have a hot dog tonight.
Well, I
from
was going to
Burger
say,
King?
does
Oh,
that
okay, yeah, I'm
does
glad
the way
not to be
our
counted.
night began with the hot dog and the chicken round or the chicken rings? I keep calling them chicken rounds because they're just. It's not even like rings, like nice big. Oh,
We'll
fuck,
discuss
I
it on
ruined-
the
yeah,
next
we'll
episode.
discuss it on the
You'll
next
hear
one.
all
Anyway,
about chicken rounds.
our slightly subpar Burger King experience
Yeah.
and our expectations for this movie. Do you think that boosted it, or is this really that good of a movie?
I think
that shitty Burger King made
how
it.
like sometimes eating garbage food makes the movie a little. Oh, sometimes like people when they talk about movies are like, oh, this is the kind of movie where you have to like get drunk to watch.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
A lot of the movies
Yeah.
that we
This is the
watch,
kind of movie you have to eat chicken rounds to
eat,
watch.
You gotta eat some garbage.
You
food.
got to eat some BK grilled dogs first. Because we went in, all three of us, we've stated, going into this low expectations. We didn't think it was going to be very good. And,
Yeah.
our
thought it was
our
gonna be
food
like
wasn't
a-
going to be that great anyway. So I'm just curious. Do you think that contributes to how highly we think of this movie? Or do you think it's
Because
that good of a movie?
Because the hot dogs suck. Do you think the movie's better? Because you're comparing it to the
drunk
hot
on
dogs?
Burger King hot dogs.
Yeah, are you...
Do you think there's something in the hot dog?
Is there a correlation because you're starting low and we're ending high?
I don't think I have Burger King rose tinted glasses right
Okay,
here. No,
so this movie is just genuinely a
standalone.
good movie.
Yeah. This movie is.
I agree.
Like a
I agree.
lot of the movies. All right, obviously we see some junk like Deathstalker, but sometimes we get some serious hidden gems that, like the Stupids. I could have walked in Savers or a yard sale with a box of tapes or whatever. I could have passed by this movie any day. But, you know,
never picked it up.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Is that like for you guys out there, if you're out there, and I mean, you can't miss it. The case is bright yellow,
and it's got Tom Arnold on it.
If you
He's
guys
just begging
can
for
find
you
it,
to pay 99 cents for it.
please watch it. Especially in this time, I find it like, you know, for me at least,
This movie would never get made now.
I mean, but like. I personally, I'm not a huge fan of movies made in that decade. So for me, it's
in the 90s?
Yeah.
Dude.
Well, you know, we talked about that a little bit. I am not a huge 90s. I love 80s movies. I'm not a huge fan of 90s movies. So this was a good treat tonight.
Yeah, if you like slapstick comedy and like actual funny jokes instead of people
and it's, you know, kind of kiddie, but still, I mean, for 3 technically adults, it kept us entertained.
If you like Silence of the Hams,
or more popular, I guess. If you like movies like Naked Gun and stuff like that, you'll most likely enjoy this.
Yep, absolutely.
It's
All right,
of that caliber.
So IMDb rating. You guys want to guess? It's a scale of 10.
I'm gonna say 3.5.
I was gonna say 0.5 out of 5. Right?
4.1 out of 10.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
Okay. And now Dane farted again.
Yeah. How many farts would you give this day? About 7?
How many have I given it already?
Oh man,
at least 3 or 4, right?
It's pretty high. All right, now the Amazon rating out of 5. What do you guys think?
Boy.
4. Because people buy stuff.
Well, if they're buying it, that means they like us. They probably also gave it a 10.5, right?
Yeah.
They gave it a
Perfect
4
score.
out of 5.
Ooh, see? Boom!
Now keep in mind, this is really interesting when I saw it, because, you know, sometimes we've seen some movies and you've looked at the ratings.
Weird because Amazon owns IMDb.
Is that
Really?
right?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Is that
I
right?
think
Pretty
so.
interesting.
Wow.
I could be making this up. It's a conspiracy.
that's fine.
They own the
Goofy
trash
crazy.
conglomerates.
That's okay.
I don't know.
So on Amazon, 109 ratings.
Holy shit, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Wow,
For the
that many
stupids.
people like the Stupids.
Yeah, which is, I mean,
That's
a
a
lot of
testament.
movies that we watch, if it has an Amazon or IMDb rating, there's not a lot of ratings.
Yeah.
So it's not
I mean, this was a studio movie.
Right,
Most of our
right.
movies are trash.
Yep.
that,
that
don't have
means to me
budgets
that-
and aren't directed by John Landis.
Considering watching this movie is not a stupid idea.
Hey,
It's a smart one.
all
Okay?
right. And you can get it on Amazon for as low as $4
Oh,
on
it's worth it.
on
Is that-
DVD.
I would
now
pay
you,
upwards of $5.
you
for
can't
that.
stream it on your Kindle. Sorry, guys, but for $4, I'd buy it.
buy it.
Yeah,
There you go.
I
Buy it
couldn't
right now.
couldn't find it on VHS, but DVD
Go
will
to any
work.
Savers or whatever, and
Oh,
it'll
you'll
be on.
find- Yeah,
I've
I'm
seen
sure
a
it's
lot
there.
of the stupids around.
You know, for any of you guys out there that
It's like Titanic and
yeah,
Jurassic Park. You'll find
a
it.
lot of you know, if you like us and
You probably already have it.
Yeah.
or like, you know, I come to find it. There's always like a good selection of. Anytime you go to a Savers or anything like that, there's always like a group of movies that no matter what will be there. So Titanic,
Jurassic Park.
Fugitive. Jurassic Park,
Air Force One.
Air Force One. Yeah, there's always like this small handful of movies made in the '90s that no matter what, you go to any Savers, you go to a yard sale,
They will be
You know,
there.
you go to the Grafton Flea Market, anything like that, and there's a box of VHS tapes. Those movies will be there. There's no doubt about it. The first Mortal Kombat movie.
Oh yeah, that
know
was
what I mean?
everywhere.
And the stupids.
And you will
And-
find you
yeah.
will find the stupids
You will
there.
find
So
the stupids.
I feel like you will.
If you
the
can
chances
find
of you
it-
finding this tape are very good.
If you can find it for less than $4, consider it a steal.
oh yes, oh yes,
Yeah.
I think I paid 99 cents.
yeah, right. Yeah.
What a deal.
What a deal.
That was great. I think, well, how much do we pay for
I pay 99 cents for everything.
Oh,
So
okay.
probably 99
I was going to
cents.
say whatever movie we
Actually,
watched.
Snake Eater was
Stri-
like $5.
Striking Point.
Striking Point.
I paid, I think, $4.
Oh, yeah.
You could get 4 stupids for one
Yeah.
striking point.
Or you could get the DVD, which may have special features, may have deleted scenes.
I feel like the special features are going to be subtitles,
It's right.
4x3,
Yeah.
standard def,
and possibly Spanish dubbing.
and interactive menus.
Yeah.
Oh shit! What was I gonna say? I forgot.
That's okay. So
Oh, yeah,
overall, Stupid's a great movie.
Yep.
So I'm sure you guys will have no problem finding this movie.
Yep. And you should do it right now.
Please check this one out. You'll really like it. It
Yeah,
is a
yeah,
serious
absolutely.
hidden gem. I just want to say thanks for you guys for sticking with us. And
Yeah,
and
sorry
listening
it's
to the
been
show.
like 8 months.
It's been, I mean, it's the last day of April 2016. We're doing. I don't. This is our first podcast of the year. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've
Oops.
kind of been busy.
Yeah,
You know,
we've
all been
a
doing
lot's-
stuff.
A lot's going on, and
Yep.
it happens. We're trying to get better about it. So hopefully,
Well,
we'll
Yeah,
see.
we'll see.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. I think this,
Yeah.
go
thanks
watch
for
this
listening.
movie.
Yeah.
Please check this one out.
I hope it was worth the 8 months you waited.
If you do end up checking this movie out, please give us a shout on our Facebook page at VHS Bandits. What are our other social media things, Kev?
You can follow us on Twitter at the VHS Bandits or email us at thevhsbandits@gmail.com.
we should check that.
I'm just
We
curious.
should check that.
I was gonna ask,
I don't think we have any new mail.
Do either
Probably
of
not.
you guys check the Twitter or anything like that? I've never used Twitter a day in my life. So I don't know.
Yeah, I check
Yeah.
it.
You do? Okay.
I do. Yeah, I keep pretty up to date to it.
You know what's funny?
and you can follow Kevin personally because there's more stuff on our personal things. Kevin O. Nieder.
Yeah, just like how the band should be. OHNEEDER. I don't really post on that. I post on that as much as we post on the VHS Bandit Twitter, which is not very often. But
sorry, guys.
the
My
Doc
acid reflux
Topher
is going
Hansen
nuts.
here has a Twitter himself.
Yeah, just Topher Hansen on whatever you want to look me up on.
Yes.
TOPHERHANSSON.
And Dane
And
Train
Dane
doesn't
doesn't do anything.
doesn't do that, so that's
Well,
okay.
I have Facebook pages for the shows that we make, but
Oh, that's true. We have.
I don't know if I ever brought this up to you, bandits out there.
You
have
did.
we?
Yeah.
All right.
We could spend a whole episode talking about that.
We pretty much
Yeah, but
did.
that's
We talked
not
about
V-
lock and load a lot.
Well, no,
Yeah.
but that I don't have a thing for.
Thank
all right.
God.
If you're interested in horror host junk, we used to do a show called Creepy Castle. There's a Facebook page for that. If you're interested in 80s action stuff, we did a show called Python Force Elite VHS Rescue Squad.
We're
Check
all
that
in
out.
it. You can.
We're
watch
all of
it.
us are in all
We
of these
are.
See
shows.
what junk we make.
If you just want to hear random, not random, but if you just want to see a talk show,
Yep, we do a talk show too.
we have a talk show called Couch's Corner.
Couch's Corner. Check that out on
That's
Facebook.
That's another one. And
Do
we have any more?
I do have another page, but there really isn't much on there because we've only done one little movie right now. There's a movie that we did called Super Dracula.
Super
we
Super
did one
Dracula's
movie-
Ghoul Night, you mean?
I mean, we did Super Dracula versus Snow Wolf.
Oh,
and
yeah,
Super
yeah.
Dracula's Ghoul Night. We're hopefully going to do some more Super Dracula movies one of these days in the future. But I have a Facebook page about Super Dracula.
These are
Yeah,
all
Super
like
Dracula
pretty much
has-
VHS related, by the way.
Yeah, all
absolutely.
all this stuff has to do with VHS tapes.
Super Dracula actually has a line of videos with
There is?
lousy
Oh,
food
the-
reviews.
Okay,
The
yeah.
Halloween-
There's a
Yeah,
whole-
if you
whole
go on
bunch of
lousy
YouTube
ween.
and you type in Super Dracula, I do a series in October
Scroll
called
down to the 18th page.
Oh yeah, you'll look it up. It's called Super Dracula's Lousy Ween Food Reviews.
And if you're entertained by us talking about food here, I mean, it's all
It's much better at
special
Super
edition
Dracula.
food. Oh yeah,
Super
absolutely.
Dracula has done Burger King food, like we did the Black Burger King burger. From
I
last year.
was in it on that one.
Kev Bot was in
it. Very green poop.
Gross. Oh, here
Yeah.
it is. Let's end with Dane's fart. Here we go. All right.
Sorry.
No, you're not. All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Thanks
All
for
right, guys.
listening.
We'll be back.
Yeah, and as always, be kind and rewind.
You're your own grandpa?
That's right.
Well, for those of us who've never heard of such a thing, maybe you could explain.
Of course, it's quite simple, really.
Many, many years ago when I was 23, I was married to a widow who was pretty as could be. This widow had a grown-up daughter who had hair of red. My father fell in love with her and soon they two were wed. This made my dad my son-in-law and changed my very life. For my daughter was my mother 'cause she was my father's wife. To complicate the matter, even though it brought me joy, I soon became the father of a bouncing baby boy. My little baby then became a brother-in-law to Dad, and so became my uncle, though it made me very sad. For if he was my uncle, then that also made him brother to the widow's grown-up daughter, who of course was my stepmother. Father's wife then had a son who kept him on the run, and he became my grandchild 'cause he was my daughter's son. My wife is now my mother's mother, and it makes me blue, because although she is my wife, she's my grandmother too. If my wife is my grandmother, then I am her grandchild, and every time I think of it, it nearly drives me wild.
This has got to be the strangest thing I ever saw.
As husband of my grandmother, I am my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. Everybody! I'm my own grandpa. It's so funny, I know, but it really is so. Hey! I'm my own grandpa.
Stay tuned, everybody. We'll be right back after this break.